Welcome to this section of the Advanced HTML and CSS course. Here, this is known as responsive design. So we'll have a quick introduction to what is responsive design. Responsive design is an incredibly important concept when it comes to developing for the web. In many ways, you are already equipped to create beautiful responsive websites. In this section, we're going to fill in the gaps. Learning outcomes, you will learn what responsive design is and why it's important in today's modern world. Terminology. Responsive design is a term used to describe creating websites that respond to changes in browser size in order to create something that works on any device. Unfortunately, that phrase is a little bit misleading due to the word design. These lessons are not going to focus much on the actual design of the responsive websites, but the techniques you can use to implement responsiveness on websites that you make. The word design refers to many decisions about what kinds of things look nice, crafting a user experience, and deciding exactly what a project should look like. There might be some tidbits about that sprinkled throughout these lessons, but it is not the primary focus. However, since this phrase has been pretty much universally adopted, it's the phrase that we'll use here today. So, what is it? Since the release of the first iPhone in 2007, it has become a requirement that your web projects function correctly on everything from normal desktop monitors to tiny phone screens. So 2007, that is like 16 years already. And responsive design has become the de facto standard now on the web. As you have likely discovered, this kind of responsiveness doesn't often happen automatically, especially once your project gets more complex than simple text on a page. Your first HTML-only recipe project probably worked just fine on a phone, aside from the images getting cut off. So when it comes down to it, responsive web design is a set of techniques you can use to make your sites work on any size screen. There are ways to make your designs flexible enough that they work almost well on most screens, and there are ways to dramatically change the layout of your page at certain sizes. You will probably end up relying on both in most of your projects. What screen sizes should you support? The smallest phones in common circulation rarely get smaller than 320px, so that should serve as a reliable lower-end target. If your website works as low as 320px width, then it should work on any small device. The upper limit is a little harder to clarify. These days, super-duper ultra-wide monitors aren't uncommon, so you should plan for the possibility that your site could be viewed on some ridiculously wide monitor. Often, this is accomplished by setting up a max width for all of your content and then centering that on the page. With a setup like that, your content will look fine even on super wide resolution. So there will be margins on both sides, but your content will look just like you intend it to be right in the middle of the page. Knowledge check. What is responsive design? So this is an article, I think. Yeah, it is an article on, it is referring to our modern Odin project. And you need to understand that responsive design is a set of tools, a set of ideas that you use to make your websites look nice on all kinds of screen sizes. Additional resources. As usual, MDN has a great article on responsive design, so you can check out this article on MDN, but it goes quite a bit deeper than we need right now. So we will be exploring this in the next chapters. With this, we'll come to the end of this lesson and move on to the next one.